Welcome to Boxing for Real. I'm your host, Don Omega. Iron Truth with me. We're doing mailbags.
This one comes from Corey Van Dusen. He writes, "You guys should really give more credit to Gatti, and to say that Cotto would just knock Gatti out is ridiculous.
Is it now?
Malignaggi stayed in there with Cotto and showed great heart, so what do you think Gatti would do to Cotto? He'd do the same thing, but he is a stronger puncher and would damage Cotto more than Malignaggi did. Just want to know what you thought about that, but I agree with you 100% that Malignaggi beat Cotto. He controlled the fight." Well, I have one word for this response, for this question: Baldomir.
I've got another word. Wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, anyhow, why did you think Cotto... I don't understand why you thought it was so absurd that Cotto would knock him out. Mayweather knocked him out.
Yeah.
Cotto's he's looked more powerful than Mayweather.
Yeah,
he probably is more powerful. I would think so.
Also, he mentions...
And Gatti doesn't have a great defense or anything. I don't see any reason why Cotto couldn't knock him out. And even more so now, I think you realize now, I think you're seeing it now for sure if Baldomir did.
He also mentions Malignaggi stayed in there with Cotto to do some damage. Well, Malignaggi is very accurate, he's very fast, and he has a very good defense. Gatti has none of those things. So Cotto would absolutely destroy him. Of course, you know that now.
Gatti has power, Gatti has heart. He doesn't have...
That's it.
That's pretty much what he's lived on.
Yeah, and it's got him through some tough times against journeyman fighters. Not journeyman fighters, but, well, some. But some decent fighters also. But he made his career off of struggling with people that elite fighters dominate.
Also, I did want to address the Gatti weight issue that they were trying to sling at us on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Not buying it at all, because Gatti, he would regularly weigh in the night of the fight at like 155 and up.
Yeah.
So the weight, that's just blowing smoke, making excuses for Gatti. It's not... The weight was not his problem. He already had another fight at welterweight anyhow, so that was not his first fight at welterweight. And he's been fighting. There was a famous matchup.
Joey Gamach.
Joey Gamach. Everyone knows it. He cheated. Did not weigh in correctly. He weighed about closer to 160 pounds. And jumped off the scale right away, right there.
They let it slide.
New York State Athletic Commission, the same commission that won't let a lot of fighters fight.
Mm-hmm.
The same commission was corrupt and let Gatti fight this guy. I don't hold it too much against Gatti because it was on the commission, but I do hold it against Gatti for coming in so much overweight and
especially against Joey Gamach.
Joey Gamach and purposefully cheating when he knew that, and he jumped off the scale right away.
Yeah, and they just let it slide. Somebody actually tried to say and speak up that he was
Gamach's trainer tried to say something,
and they said,
"Shut up,
be quiet." Yeah,
they said, "Shut up, quit trying to cause a fuss." That was the exact quote from, I believe his name was Tony Russo, whoever the guy was over
in Gamach's corner.
Whoever the guy was over the commission was the one that told him to shut up.
Okay, and also, if you'll notice on the last 3 or 4 fights for Gatti's on HBO, they no longer show the weigh-in, what he weighed in. They show the weigh-in, what he weighed in there, but they don't show what he weighs the night of the fight anymore.
Nope.
They don't do that anymore.
For Gatti only.
For Gatti only, absolutely.
Why is that? They show him for everyone else. Why not for Gatti?
Matt Miller, he says, "I enjoy your videos on YouTube. Nice work. Right now you are seriously underestimating Baldomir this Saturday." This is, of course, before the Gatti fight this past weekend. "I have a friend of mine from Argentina, and he gave me the lowdown on this guy. Later." Okay, so obviously he was picking Baldomir, I guess.
You were right.
Congratulations. You picked it right.
We were wrong.
Definitely.
You were right.
And
as we've said, we are willing to admit when we're wrong, contrary to
some people,
other people, and contrary to what some of the people have been saying about us.
Yeah.
We are willing to admit when we're wrong. So,
and we were.
Gatti lost, Baldomir won. Congratulations, Baldomir.
And to you.
Let's see you do something else.
Yeah. Okay. And that's all he had to say.
And thank you, Matt Miller.
Yeah.
You were right.
And this comes from Prince Digital. And he writes, I think you guys are holding it down. I love your shows. Finally, some hardcore boxing fans talking some real boxing on the regular. My question is, do you feel that Roy Jones needs a Jermaine Taylor fight since Hopkins dominated Tarver? I feel a fight along with a victory over Jermaine will be the... What the hell?
Okay. Okay, we're going to just go on. No, sorry, not to laugh at you, but no, I don't see Jones needing a Jermaine Taylor match. I mean, these guys are nowhere near the same weight class. It's just not. It's not in the cards, really. Honestly,
don't see it happening anytime soon, or really ever. Actually,
would love to, but I don't see Taylor move. I don't see that fight coming off ever.
It says Jermaine will be the way. Okay, well, I feel a fight along with a victory over Taylor will be the way Jones and his fans would like him to go out. That is the only fight I see that will erase or put the knockout losses in the back of Jones and Jones fans' mind. I picked Jones to absolutely destroy Taylor if they were to fight ever. If you remember if you remember the morons that tried to say Trinidad had a chance against Roy Jones back in 2001 after the Joppi fight, and before that, you can take this.
I was one of them.
Well, and you can take this.
For a brief second, then I watched a highlight of Jones and was like, what was I thinking?
Yeah. And you can take this with the same amount of credibility that you can take the Taylor possible fight from, and Jones destroys Taylor.
No offense to you.
Yeah.
Just, okay.
Next question is, this comes from William D. And he writes, Cotto versus Baldomir. Who do you got and why? I say Cotto KO9 body attack from his body attack.
Boy got body shots.
And he also says Cotto versus Hatton. Who do you like there? Okay, well, first of all, let's answer that. I agree completely with the Baldomir prediction. That would be about my round, maybe 8, 9, or 10, somewhere in there. I think he breaks him down.
9. Yeah.
And I think body attack, of course, one of Cotto's specialties, that would do very well. Cotto's better in every way than Baldomir is. Speed, power, combination punching, defense. Cotto keeps his hands above his head right here very, very impressively. And Cotto versus Hatton, same thing. Cotto could counter Hatton because Hatton would come at him. Cotto with that defense again, that could work to his advantage. Hatton throws a lot of body shots, which that's good for Cotto because you don't want to go. If you're going for Cotto, you don't want to see him taking punches to the chin, as we've seen against Ricardo Torres and against DeMarcus Corley, who somehow hurt him. Anyway,
Cotto would come in prepared though, and he would use that blocking, that high blocking.
And he'd have to counter Hatton. That would be the best way to do that. He could lay on the ropes, you know.
And if Hatton thought Luis Collazo hit hard, he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah. And Cotto knocks him out. About this, I would go maybe 10 or 11 for that fight.
And if Hatton somehow made it, which isn't impossible,
he could.
He would be pretty bloody.
Yeah, well, he's going to be bloody if you look at him.
I see it at TKO, even on cuts, if nothing else.
Yeah. So Cotto knock out either one of those guys, Baldomir or Hatton. I think if Cotto carries his power, or has even more power at 147 than at 140, from killing himself to make weight, from killing himself to make the 140 weight limit, it drained him out. He could have Tito Trinidad-like power.
Basically, if he moves up, he thinks he can carry that power.
Yeah. With better boxing skills than Trinidad.
He said Trinidad was a monster at 154. Yeah, he didn't carry the killer power to 160. I disagree. I disagree. William Joppi and Ricardo Mayorga would both highly disagree with you.
Very much. And
Trinidad carried that power, and Hassan Sharifi would disagree with you. He carried the power, he just wasn't able to hit Bernard Hopkins.
Or Winky Wright, two master defensive boxers, two crafty boxers, two of the greatest fighters around now and ever. You say he could have Trinidad-like power with better boxing skills. I agree with the better boxing skills. He does have better boxing skills, has a better defense, a little more accurate, I think. As far as power, I don't think he has that kind of power, definitely. Trinidad had the one-punch power. Cotto doesn't. It takes him some rounds to kind of break you down to the body. He likes to go to the body a lot.
I could see some power there for sure, some one-punch power, but nowhere near the level of
Not like
Trinidad.
No. But anyway, that's all the questions we have for this.
But skill and actually his perseverance, he seems like he's actually doing better. He's been rocked with some shots, but he actually looks like he's doing better at taking them. He's not getting sat down as easily as Trinidad was sometimes, and he looks like he's learning from some of that. So, absolutely. So on that note, we're going to wrap up the mailbag once again. I am Truth with me, Don Omega. Thanks for tuning in. BoxingForReal@gmail.com. You know it by now.